Hello, welcome to June 2nd, 2023. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily Good Life meditation video. Making this video and doing this exercise is something that I do every morning a little bit after waking up. It's now 4:41 a.m. I have one thing that I do before this, which is I read a poem. And I just finished reading John Keats' Standing on the Top of a Hill. I think that's the title. This is my second time to read it through. It's a long poem. I'm going to start to read it again. It's definitely something, every time I read through it, I get more. It's only been twice, but I get a lot. The first time I read it, I only got a couple of the good things. And then the second time, I got a lot more. I think I'm getting close to being able to take in the whole poem in one fell swoop. But anyway, that's not part of this. I do this exercise to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone. And then think about the last 24 hours, including my sleep, and consider how I handled challenges and opportunities that I met. I then reflect on the coming day and see how I might be able to prepare for the day to make it a good day. So let's begin. First, last night and yesterday. I got to bed on time and I slept soundly. I thought I slept soundly all night, but I'm tired this morning. I didn't wake up well. I think I know what it is. I think it's allergies. I feel a little bit ill. I can mistake sometimes the symptoms of allergies for like a cold or something like that. I just don't feel good. I'm pretty sure it's just the allergies though. I do have some allergy medicine. Maybe I'll take that. Plus my boy here, my dog, he's sitting right here. He's got it too. He's suffering from the seasonal allergies. And one of the tasks for today is, it's my day off, my Friday off. I'm going to talk to the vet and get some meds for him. I tried some over-the-counter stuff, but it doesn't seem to be working, so I'll get him the prescription stuff. Yesterday was, as for a day, it was just a day of work. Nothing spectacular, nothing special. Sometimes days are just like that. You're just working in the coal mine. That's what yesterday was. That's fine. I was a little bit gloomy yesterday, maybe. Yumiko and I had come probably within an hour of deciding to buy a house in Japan. And we're both very grateful that our daughter contacted us to help us to understand better the situation that we were about to get ourselves into. We both believe that choosing that house could have worked out, but we also know that there's no hurry, and that every time we have a kind of an expeditionary effort into finding a place. By expeditionary, I mean we make a concerted effort. We rally our strength and our energies and go for it. Which we've been doing for over half a year now in Japan. First by reconnaissance, then by visiting Japan, and then now by a concerted effort to find a place over and over again. This was the closest we got. We had a couple that we considered closely, but this is the closest we got to actually pulling the trigger. Every time this happens, we tune ourselves to the mark, as I like to say. And now I think we've isolated it down, our search down to a very particular area. Although we're still looking outside of that area. Yumiko found a great house yesterday in the community of Okitsu. So, yesterday was kind of like having a hot date for a Friday night, and then getting a call at the last minute that she's going to wash her hair. But all for the better. That's about it. Let's do the good life. My 7 objectives are: number 1, to be always ready to die. 2, to make good and effective use of my time. 3, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles. 4, to cultivate good emotional reactions. 5, to perform good actions. 6, to recognize my true limits and true opportunities. And 7, to do just one thing at a time, and do that thing slowly, deliberately, and carefully. Just as I'm doing this exercise right now. It's a deliberate thing. Now, for the 34 principles, and I'm going to do something that I don't think I've ever done before in all the years that I've been doing this. I have, when I try to enumerate the principles, there's 34 of them, and try to, like, I have a little board here, I can number them down. I always seem to miss one or two when I do that, and it's very frustrating. You'd think I'd have this down. Every now and then I get it right, but sometimes I'm usually missing, sometimes as many as 3. I've had a couple of times I've done it and only found 31 principles. I'm going to grab the book, and then I'm going to read through the principles and see if I can spot where any spots that I'm missing or having tricky bits on. All of the objectives and principles that I'm describing now are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which is my story of going alone into the universe, so to speak, deep wilderness, namely the mountains of Japan and the deserts of the United States, and discovering what isn't out there, and then coming home with that information and building a better life. It's an adventure story of sorts. And in that, I've got Good Life Creed laid out in a chapter called The Good Life. So here we go. I'll read the principles and see if I can spot what's wrong, what I might be missing from time to time. Number 1, the principle of war. And I'll just do a pause. I won't enumerate all 34. I'll just do a little pause between each one. Principle of reason. Homunculus. Anchor hold. So far so good. The home of good and evil. The principle of purpose. The atomic principle. The principle of nature. The pirate ride. Yep. Maturity. The social principle. Let's see if I can forecast what the next one will be in my mind. Should be public speaking. No. Family. There's one of the ones I'm missing. Gosh darn it. Right off the bat, I found my weak spot. Yeah, I can remember how I'm missing that one often. Interesting. Family. So it goes social principle, the principle of family, and then public speaking. After public speaking, it should come temperance. Temperance. And then life will not go well. Yep. The horror show. That which must be born. The feast of offal. Distraction. Agency and the great indifference. The best seat in the house. Yep. The restless man. The path of wildness, and then the great life adventure. The risk of avoiding risk. Sin and sin and damnation, complete oblivion. After complete oblivion comes the season of philosophy. Yep. And then it gets easier from here, I think. Script writing followed by the bullseye aim. The uphill climb, arena and utility, nothing is enough, and the principle of fun. The uphill climb, what? Yep. Arena utility, nothing is enough, and that's it. Okay, yeah. It's kind of what I thought. I just get careless and miss things. Okay, what am I going to do today? It's my Friday off. I got the day to myself. Well, I already mentioned a couple of things. Well, I mentioned one. I'm going to try to get some medicine for my dog. 2, I've got a book to ship. I'll illustrate and ship. And then I might clean my room. I'd like to I'll read a chapter of Johnson and record that, the Rambler series. I really should go for a motorcycle ride. I haven't been riding my bike forever. That's about it. Oh, I'll do a lot of reading probably. I really could go for a long walk and ramble. That's how I plan to spend my time in Japan. Lots of walks and rambles. I like the way that sounds. Walk and ramble, walk and ramble. I'll leave today open-ended and I'll do a lot of thinking today too. And then I'll start the weekend with my wife. Oh, maybe I'll do the insurance thing. Yeah, I really should create a list of what I'm going to do today. because I just mentioned several things. So when I'm going to do the vet for the dogs, ship a book or two. I've got several books I need to ship out. AAA, that's our insurance. Yumiko thought it would be a good idea for us to consolidate our retirement. All the accounts into one. It's probably a good idea. She's probably right. She's always right. Okay, AAA, what else? Oh yeah, Dr. Johnson. That's probably good enough. And then maybe a motorcycle ride and a long walk. Maybe I'll ride my motorcycle to Long Beach and walk around the harbor there. A little adventure. Motorcycle. I need to keep that thing, the revolutions of the engine and everything. Maybe I should just sell my bike. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'll just leave the motorcycle to sell. Because it's time to sell the motorcycle. I don't need it anymore. Those days are done. Thanks for joining me. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. And with that, my life is done, if not finished. See ya.